Hi, welcome to Inventors Dojo. My name is Henry and I'm an inventor. First and foremost, I would like to welcome you and thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. Last time we spoke, I talked about the patent and how it came to be. However, after everything was submitted and everything was said and done, it actually sat dormant for about 2 years, and it was all my fault. See, what most people don't talk about when it comes to this type of journeys is that before you are an inventor or an entrepreneur or whatever it is that you are a human being. And being human comes with different things, whether they're flaws or virtues. That's pretty much up to perception. One of the many things that I've had to deal with as a person is that I've always been a nomad of sorts. And at the time, New Jersey had lost its charm. It was time to move on, and I had always wanted to go back to California. And that was the perfect time to do it. It seems like everything lined itself perfectly for that to happen, so that's what I did. Of course, everything you do or you don't do in life has a price that you have to pay. And for me, I had to put some things on hold and I had to leave some things behind. This project is one of those things that got put on hold. And I'm not gonna get into the minutia of events that transpired at the time, but this project was always in the back of my head. I kept thinking that I needed to get back to it. But life had other plans, and I had to go through a bunch of different personal issues, but eventually everything led back to working on this. One day I got an email from the attorney asking if I wanted to pursue this or abandon it, and of course I wanted to pursue it, and pursue it I did, obviously, right? Jumping back into this, I had to welcome and re-embrace that I don't know feeling, that sense of uncertainty that has come with this project. See, I think it's helpful to understand that this whole process for me has been one huge I don't know. I didn't know what I was doing, and why I was doing it was pretty unclear at the time. There were vague concepts and desires fueled by watching one too many episodes of Shark Tank, like many of us have. But for the sake of purpose, let's say I was doing it for the prospect of money. That has changed over time, but that's a story for another day. As you may remember, while I was living in Jersey, I found a guy that was able to make a prototype for me. What happened next helped me truly understand the guy's brilliance. He took a concept that was just in my head, and with my limited language on the subject was able to build me a prototype. To give you some context, let's take a second to understand what I mean when I say language. Every field, profession, or really activity that involves more than one person has its own language. For instance, if I say the word router to an IT person, it means one thing, but to a carpenter, it means something completely different. Make sense? So in order for Jesse to really understand what I was trying to explain to him, he had to really dumb himself down because I simply did not speak his professional language. Add to that the fact that English is not my first language. It's also not Jesse's first language. So obstacles as far as the eye can see. I hope that gives you a little bit of context. Okay, moving on. So now I'm living in California and I'm trying to follow the same process, trying to find a machine shop. Again, walking into shops, trying to talk to people who don't want to talk to me because I don't have diagrams, I don't have designs, and I don't even speak the same language. The only difference is that this time I have a sample. All they have to do is take mine apart, do some measuring, and copy it. Simple enough, right? Not so much. I finally found a shop that was willing to do it. And they did a horrible job with it. It never worked. The measurements were off. It was just a big waste of time and money. This project has definitely come with a lot of sacrifices. But the reality is that I truly believe in this project. So sacrifices have become a permanent part of my life. So as some of you know, California is not cheap. There are many words that you can use to describe California, and cheap is never on that list. So in order to save money so I could dedicate it to this project, I decided to move to South Carolina. So I picked up my life and my family and I drug them across country. Not only that, but once again, I had to leave my loved ones behind. But this is something I felt I had to do. What would you be willing to sacrifice, or what have you sacrificed to accomplish your goals? Let me know in the comments. Once I got to South Carolina, immediately the amount of money that I had to dedicate to this project tripled. Now, I'm not saying that I had millions of dollars. All I'm saying is that before I had $100 a month to dedicate to this, now I had $300. So that gave me some breathing room to work on this product. What happened next was the beginning of a fascinating experience, including martial arts, new friends, a lot of learning, and a bunch of different invaluable lessons that I had to learn. But stay tuned for that on the next video. And this is all the time I have for today. But please subscribe so you can get updates on this crazy little journey, and please share this video with someone who you feel might enjoy it. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Stopping video. Oh, this is not recording. Ah, you mother. And this is gonna suck if I have to redo this whole thing.